Yo, what is up, everybody? Bradley here with the Illuminati Madden League, the commissioner of the Illuminati Madden League. I am joined today by Julian, our Chargers owner, and also the commissioner of Inferno Madden League. And additionally, we are joined by Mostradamus, the Cardinals owner in the Illuminati Madden League, and also the commissioner of SPA in Xbox League. Mostradamus has found Jesus, and he's now able to join
Mm.
PlayStation League. So we're excited to pop that cherry, so to speak. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Finishing off the holidays.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. How was your guys' holidays?
All
Did I
good.
did I just ask that? Did I just ask that like 2 seconds ago? How was your holidays?
Yeah, it's great, man. I got a PS5.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go.
That's
Um,
that,
Mo, I feel like I talk to you like we're in calls like these all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Julian, it has been way too long since I've been in one like this with you. I miss you,
yeah.
Julian. I'm glad to be back in a call with you.
It's been a while, a couple months.
Yeah,
Even for me, I've been a little bit disconnected from the CFM community a little bit.
yeah,
So yeah, good to be back.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I can say the same. I don't think I picked a good time. I don't think we picked a good time to kind of get our feet back in the water, though. It has been a nightmare attempting to get the Illuminati Madden League up and running. Servers were down for like 72 hours, and then they go up, and they were up, and we thought we were good, and we put out a schedule to get us to week one, and a couple hours later, the servers are back down.
Welcome to Madden 23.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, Last I looked, I don't think they've said anything. I don't think there's any timeline or anything. Have you guys seen anything?
Nope,
No.
nothing.
I
Well,
mean, even if they did, at this point, who cares?
yeah, yeah, true. Um, I did. It does look like it's not just a Madden thing. So like Mutt's also affected apparently. So I would
That is a
say,
Madden thing.
yeah, I meant it's not just a CFM thing. It's also a Mutt
Gotcha.
thing. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I would say that's kind of a good thing because we know it's just not them like being like screw CFM. Like there's bigger problems. So I don't know if
They
that's a
put
good
it.
thing, but it's a good thing, maybe.
They put in a ton of resources into CFM this year. My issue is not the lack of um them making an attempt, because they're definitely making an attempt. My issue is the lack of skill set, because it just doesn't seem like they're knowledgeable enough to get this fixed consistently, and the one thing they're doing consistently is running into problems that are shutting things down. So
Yeah.
I think they kind of need to up the scale of their employee group over at EA.
I think was it you who mentioned on the like roundtable we did with CFMN that
Hmm.
a lot of people they're hiring aren't necessarily programmers, but community people that have a passion for things, I guess, right?
I mean, look at look at Swami. Swami is a prime example. He was a YouTuber before he started working at EA. They liked his ideas. Then he started working at EA, but he's not a programmer. Deuce Douglas is somebody that I don't know if he's necessarily working with EA, but I know that a large part of what they're trying to do is based on his ideas. And he doesn't work in programming. They come up with ideas, and then that goes to people that then have to code that into the game. And I don't think those coders are very skilled. And then no shot at the coders, but like if you were, the game would be working.
It's I don't know, man. Like I was looking on Twitter today and there's like so many EA accounts like who the heck are you even supposed to reach out to?
There's nobody in this in the CFM community that you can reach out to right now.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody associated on Twitter that's connected directly to just CFM. It used
Yeah.
to be Swami, and now he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
Even for Mud, I think it was like Kralo. He's not even there anymore.
Yeah, Cradle's gone.
So I don't know who runs the Madden Direct account. I don't know who runs it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They got their money, so it's whatever.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, the Illuminati Madden League. How, Julian, you got the Chargers. Mo, you got the Cardinals. How well do you guys think you're going to do? I know Julian. I sat down recently with Nick, right, and he claims he's going to sweep both you and Buck.
Not Buck.
He's
I
not
can say
sweeping
that.
Buck.
No, not at all. And me, we're probably gonna split it. But he's not sweeping me.
I hear you're not doing too well right now. I seen a tweet. It said for like how many seasons has Inferno been running?
30. This is the 39 season.
So this is the first season in 39 seasons that you've had a losing record over an Inferno.
Yeah, I'm at 7-9 at the moment. So yeah, that's first official losing season. So yeah, I mean it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. So I know.
Is there a bigger problem here? Is this going to carry over into the Illuminati, or is things not going to do too good? Is the 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Is it affecting you?
I need practice. That's what I need. I just don't. I haven't had any practice in this game at all. It's technically I tend to play one season, not even a full season yet on Madden 23. So that's all I can tell you. You need to know that. I need practice. That's all you need to know.
Very nice. Very nice. Mo, how are things going to go for you?
If I can figure out how to stop throwing to this, it would be the square button when my X thing comes up. That would be great, because on the Xbox controller, my X is the square button, and that's the one thing that keeps fucking with me. So we'll see. It should be fun though. I like that the controller on this is way bigger than previous years.
Yeah.
It kind of feels a little more similar to an Xbox controller than, because like I was nervous it was gonna feel super light in my hand, because the last PlayStation game or something I had was probably like the PS3, and that was so tiny and light. And that was my biggest fear. But no,
Yeah.
I like the controller a lot.
Yeah, the last two consoles, PS4 and PS5, they've added hardware to the controllers, right? And they've slowly gotten heavier. It was an adjustment at first. Like, I don't know about you, Julian, but for me, the kind of jump to PS5, it was quite the adjustment. Going back though, right? Because I've got a PS4 and like the kid has had it like hooked up, and like I've hopped on that a couple times, and like the feel of the PS4 controller versus the 5, like ew. I don't like it. I don't like
Way
it.
smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smaller on the PS4. Yeah.
Or just even just like the weight. Like I like that it has just like a little bit more oomph to it.
Yeah.
I think the last PlayStation one I had, I felt like I could like break it if I just twisted my wrist the wrong way.
Yeah. So, Julian, you think you're going to be fine? You think that you and Nick are going to split? What about you and Buck? Are you and Buck going to split? Is Buck going to sweep you?
I mean, maybe me having a kind of better team overall, we can probably split it. I'm not sweeping him. I know that. So it's either a split or he's gonna sweep me.
You seem to be pretty high on Buck. How good is Buck?
I mean, he has been to, I think, 4 or 5 Super Bowls on PS5. He has won 2 of them. And yeah, I haven't even made to one of them on PS5 yet. So yeah, he's good.
What is going to be predictions? What is going to be your record for this first season in Illuminati?
I don't know my schedule. I haven't checked it out, but I mean, just like first glance, probably 10 wins.
10 wins.
Yeah.
Mo, how are you going to do over there?
Bro, I don't know. I've never seen any of these guys play. I've never played on a PlayStation. I've yet to play anybody even live on the PlayStation. So I have no idea, man. I'm just gonna kind of wing it. But I mean, I typically win 12 games on Xbox. So if I don't win at least 10, I'll be a little disappointed. But I'm not expecting to win 10. That's kind of where I've set the bar for myself.
You seem to like when I have these conversations with you on subjects like this, Mo. You seem to be, whatever, man. It's all good.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how I play,
do you
dude.
get do you get mad, Mo? Like, is there ever like pure rage moments from you? What would it take
Um,
for you to get a true rage moment out of you?
oh man, that's a good question. Um, I mean, probably fights with my wife or here's the thing, right? If you're really talking about raging to me, because you got to remember, Bradley, I've worked with the brain and with kids with emotional disabilities for over 10 years,
Yeah.
right? And to me, you rage at things that you are emotionally connected to. So when you're late for work and somebody's being slow, you're freaking out because the person in front of you is taking, but it's because you have some kind of connection with something. And that's why fights with your wife are typically, or husband are typically worse than fights with anybody else because there's a level of comfort there, but there's also an emotional attachment that gets you raging. So probably things to my wife, but with this game, fuck no, dude. I don't understand how people rage with this game, bro. Like I really don't get it. And everybody does it, and I've yet to hear somebody explain it to me in a way that makes sense. But we all know this game is broken, right? Like none of us believe that this game works perfectly, correct? So when it doesn't work perfectly, the fuck am I gonna get mad for? I'm the one choosing to play a game that doesn't work that great. That's
Yeah,
my fault.
yeah, I agree with you.
what you're
I'm thinking.
saying makes absolute sense, but I
Yeah.
think there might be something just like broken in my head. Like Mo, how many hours have we spent playing games now?
Oh man, a ton.
Have you ever heard me cuss?
Um,
I think I've
Not
heard.
off the top of my head, but I no, I'll give it to you. No, I've never heard you swear, Bradley.
If there is one thing in life that will make me cuss, I promise you it's Madden. There
You know
have been,
another,
yeah.
you know another reason that I don't let this game get to me, and I think you do, is because you steamroll. Like I've watched you play, Bradley, right? And it's like one thing goes wrong, you start like going, and then the next thing goes wrong, and then you start like it's like a snowball effect for you, right? And then by the time you get to like the third quarter and you're down 2 scores, it's like this is the fucking stupidest game ever, right? But
Those
like with
words have
me,
probably come out of my mouth more times than I
yeah.
can count.
But with me, what I try to do is I just try to play the play, right? So the snap comes up, I play the one play. When that play's over, I go to the next play. And each play I try to treat like the game. So it's always a new game. And I feel like if I win more plays than I lose, I'm likely to win the game. Right? So I don't treat a game like a full I just look at it as 60 minutes. I just do one play at a time, but then that's a constant reset for me emotionally too. So I think that kind of helps.
Good way to put it. Mo, you need to be like not a life coach, but a Madden coach. Okay, man? Like I think there's something there with you, okay? Right? I think there's something
If
there
you
with
want
you.
to pay me for it, I'll do just about whatever, right?
So, on the topic of the Illuminati Madden League, right? We've been stuck. We've been stuck in preseason because servers have been down. While we've been stuck, though, there has been plenty to talk about because while the server's down, thankfully, like the heart of our community, like it's the game, but it's not the game. Like we survive without the game. There has been a crap ton of trades. Have either of you guys made trades with your team?
No, I haven't.
You haven't.
No.
I've got some like old veteran players that are due for contract extensions that I don't want them, and you should take a look at them, Julian. Like I'll fleece you something good for them.
Nah, I can tell you certainly you're not gonna please me. I still, yeah.
Mo, Mo,
I'm a good G.
tell me about your trades.
I mean,
Both of my trades actually came to me, and I didn't have to do a single bit of work for them, like at all. So right when we got started, I want to say the Colts reached out and he was like, "Hey, would you be interested in trading Hudson? Who that's cool. Like he's a center that has to be resigned this year. He's 33 years old. I really like my centers. Their awareness affects your entire offensive line, so it's good to have a great center. But if I get something nice out of him, like I get something nice out of him, right? So he wanted my center. He wanted Trayvon Mullen, who was the corner we got from the Raiders. Young corner, decent. Like I think he's like 24 years old, 90 speed. Good development piece, but he also was a guy that I was gonna have to commit to, like, and sign him. And he wanted Isaiah Simmons, but he also wanted another player. Now I'm having a brain fart, right? And I told him, he's like, "What do you want back from him?" I was like, "I want draft capital and any young players that I can like build." So he agreed to send me a 22-year-old 70 overall left end and a 24-year-old 71 overall right tackle and a second round pick. So I turned him into three players. And then the other one, which I really liked, was Denver called about Rondale Moore, and he was like, "Would you have any interest in trading Rondale Moore? He's like one of my favorite players." And
wait,
I
who did? Who
Denver,
asked? Oh, yeah.
Denver, and he's like, he's one of my favorite players. I was like, "Yeah, bro, everybody has his price, right? You know what I'm saying?" And he was like, "Well, what about Jerry Judy?" And I was like, "Well, Jerry Judy's good. He's a little bit slower. He's a little bit older." And I likely won't keep him because he while he doesn't fit, well, he fits in my offense this year. I'm not sure if I want to pay him to be my slot receiver. So I was like, if you can throw on a pick additionally with that, we're good. And I think he threw me a third. So yeah, Jerry Judy and a third round pick for a fast slot receiver, which I like Rondell Moore, but yo, you want to give me Jerry Judy? I'm all about it. So I felt like I made some decent trades, but I didn't have to put any work into them. Shout out to the Colts and the Broncos. Enjoy.
Very nice. I'm pretty frustrated with my trades, Mo. Like I like my trades. It's not my trades I'm frustrated with. I'm frustrated with our trade committee, right? I feel like I am like not only trading with the people I'm trading with, but I'm also trading with the trade committee because they've been ridiculous. And not saying any names, Julian. I think Julian has declined every trade that I've submitted, Mo, with the exception of my most recent version of my most recent denied trade.
I'll lie to you. I've been a big fan of the trade committee.
Yeah, they've been good. It's not fun when it's your trade being denied. Did you see what they denied for me today, Mo?
Yeah, but I feel like you have to take into consideration that being a commissioner, when you put trades like that through and they get passed, you're setting a precedent for what kind of is allowed going forward.
Stop it!
So
Stop!
you're held to a higher level than everyone else. It just kind of is what it is. Unless you don't want to be the commissioner no more.
Listen! Don't just let it go. Don't worry about it, Mo. But did you see
Hey
this
man,
trade?
you're the one that asked me to come on this show. I'm just
Yeah.
speaking my truth.
Did you see this trade? Like
I saw it.
I want to talk
Yeah,
about
you
this.
absolutely
This
raped
is
this dude.
this is ridiculous. This is
Yeah, it
ridiculous.
absolutely is. I hear you. It's
So,
not as ridiculous as the Mahomes thing trying to go through, but yeah.
oh my
absolutely.
God, we'll talk about that. Let's save that
Which
one.
one?
The Mahomes one, like $100 million cap on both sides. Was it Jumper and Nick that were submitting that?
Yeah, that was Nick.
100. They both like they submitted a trade where
I just say
they
trade. They
both would have
submitted the trade
taken.
like 12 times.
Yeah, they kept trying to redo it. I don't know. But my big fleece job today, right? Jermaine Pratt, 26-year-old, 77 overall, normal dev linebacker. Ted Karasis, 76 overall, 29-year-old, normal dev center, right? Those are, and Pratt is due to be re-signed. Eagles agreed to send me Landon Dickerson, a 78
Yeah.
overall, I believe, a rookie left
Yep.
guard, 23
He's a
years
beast.
old, star dev, 92 strength, and a third round pick this draft and a third round pick next draft.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't understand why this was declined. I don't understand it.
Least.
Let me hop into the trade channel where they vote on the trade so I can read Julian's response.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Oh crap. It just jumped on me. Let me find it.
And I'm
All right.
surprised with you. Typically, at this point, you would have like all of this information like ready to go.
Yeah, I know.
Lacking here, fam.
So literally like 5 seconds after the trade submitted into the trade channel, like 5 seconds, like before I could even click on the notification to look at it, right? Julian had already just responded no. And then a couple seconds later he says, "Wait, WTF?" And then a couple seconds later, horrendous trade with a crying emoji. And then I quickly they quickly denied that, and then Jumper and I submitted a revision where I sent like two fourth round picks Eagles way, and they denied that one too. And then we've got another revision pending, and I think this revision is going to go through. And I think it was more of a persistency thing because Julian's response to the most current one was still kind of but okay. Let me look at the pending status. Let's see where we stand on that.
So for anybody out there that's wondering, all you got to do is keep sending stuff in, and eventually they're gonna be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like they're like, no, absolutely not. Just throw on a couple fourth round picks, right? And then you'll slowly work your way up to it. There was that, and I also had a trade with the Ravens. I feel like I won my trade with the Ravens. Like I feel like I came out on that, but there seems to be some
well,
mixed feelings on it.
you feel like you came out on that because you didn't want to pay Bates anyway, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to pay Bates because
So
like
that's
the
why you feel like you came out on that. But to the typical Madden fan, that's a phenomenal player that you just gave up for what you probably should have got more. That's what they're saying because if not, they would have kept him. That's the disconnect.
so I don't think I could have got more because what I submitted was almost declined because I think the trade committee was saying that I was getting too much.
That's what you
But
get with a trade committee.
yeah. So I submitted like I sent Jesse Bates over to the Ravens, and then they send Marcus Williams back to me. Marcus Williams is an 87 overall free safety, 25 years old, star dev. So he's basically Jesse Bates minus the trait, right? Basically Jesse Bates minus the trait. And then we also got Isaiah Likely, a rookie tight end with hidden dev. And then we got Tyler Lindenbaum, a rookie center hidden dev. The rookie center Tyler Lindenbaum, 77 overall. So I feel like I came out pretty good with that, especially on the sense that I was committed to just getting rid of Jesse Bates.
Lol.
And
I think I wouldn't disagree that you got a decent haul. Like if you for a guy that you wouldn't have paid, I would say anything that you get that helps solidify how you want to build your team is a good trade for you. So
yeah,
good or bad, I think is one of those words like sim that just doesn't really have a meaning for most people. But where I'd like to kind of jump it to is figuring out what is it that the trade committee is looking for when it comes to what's being approved and what's being denied, because it kind of seems like there's a misinterpretation in the league wide. It's almost like there's a split on what people's expectations are, and I think some of the trades have a big thing to do with that.
yeah. I think that's some good insight there because I feel like that's something that like a train of thought that I've seen in chat and have had to kind of address. And my address in response to it was kind of I don't know. There's
Yeah.
there's 7 trade committee members. You gotta find the middle ground somewhere.
7?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think there's seven of us. So there's me and Estrada. There's you, Evo. There's Jordan, H Coke, and then
I also
Luar.
I also think that's a problem. We even have that. We also have 7 on IFL, and I think that's a problem having too many minds on opinions on the trade committee. I feel like 5 should be ideal, or even 3 people.
I I I
Mm.
I don't disagree. My mentality on having a larger trade committee is more along the lines of getting more people involved, right? Like I want people to feel like they have ownership in what we're doing, you know? Like I don't want people to feel like they're a part of what we're doing. I want people to
Yeah.
feel like this is mine, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
In SPA, we have 8 votes total for each trade, so I don't necessarily agree that a large committee is a bad thing.
Hmm.
I think what it comes down to is just how consistent the committee has to be, or like what the goals are that they're trying to reach. So, from just my viewpoint, it looks like deals that have a large amount of sum are something that's going to be denied, right? Like if you're going to lose a ton of money or some team's going to take a massive cap hit, we're going to deny something. And I think where people have to be careful, or it's like the use of it's a good trade or a bad trade for this team. I think some of that stuff you have to be very careful with because there's bad trades made in the NFL all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's like if we're trying to replicate sim, which is my understanding is we're trying to be a sim league, and Bradley, if I'm wrong, correct me there. But if we're trying to replicate what the NFL is, I feel like teams should have the ability to kind of orchestrate how they want to move pieces. You know what I mean? Um, and I think a committee can be a good thing as long as it's really geared towards what the goals of the committee are. It shouldn't be about are we allowing good trades or bad teams or bad trades. It should be allowed. Are we allowing collusion, which should be a no. Teams shouldn't be getting something because they're friends with somebody or backwards deals, or whatever. Like you should really be looking out for like just ass trades, right? But two, you got to be looking out for the future of the team. And that's where I think users have a really hard time understanding is just because the trade isn't a good trade or a bad trade, you haven't been here long enough to show that if we allow this through, I don't have to fill this team with people expecting to have some of your best players that aren't going to be here because you traded them and left. So I think that's really
Yeah.
the crux of the issue. But good or bad trades to me are irrelevant. The Texans were a team that notoriously make bad trades all the time. So
I think
that's just my 2 cents
yeah.
on it.
I my mentality of when I approve or disapprove a trade, right? Like who I'm thinking about when I approve or disapprove a trade isn't necessarily the the two owners involved in the trade.
Hmm.
Like it's not them I'm voting on the trade for. Who I'm voting on the trade for is if say we're voting on say I'm voting on a trade between you guys, right? I'm not voting on a trade of who wins. Is it even between
Hmm.
Julian and Mostradamus? Like what I'm looking at is okay, if Julian leaves
Hmm.
and someone from the waiting list comes in, takes Julian's team, are they going to be put in a position where they can take the reins here and run with something healthy, or are they just going to be screwed?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, I agree.
I don't really think it'll be a problem for us, but back before like I feel like I was established in the space, like there would be times, right, when someone would come in, trade a bunch of make a bunch of stupid trades, basically destroy the team, and then I was left in a spot where I couldn't fill that team,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So,
problem. And I think that's what people that get their trades denied have to realize is it's not about not agreeing with your trade. It's just that you just haven't shown that you're going to be somebody that sticks. And I don't think anybody has. We're all brand new here,
yeah.
so um, and big trades set a precedent on what's allowed going forward. So it kind of is one of those things. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I would say also, like, if you have your trade denied, like you're just gonna have to deal with it. We're unbiased in this. Julian denied my trade. and I'm the commissioner.
I mean, it
Well,
was a pretty bad trade, though.
I disagree. It was an excellent trade. I think Jumper should have sent me more. Listen, listen. I had basically I had Jumper fleeced into giving me a second in that
well,
trade.
let me ask you a question. You say you feel like you should have gotten more,
Oh, I'm totally
but this is
bullcrapping.
also a player that you're saying you don't want anymore.
I'm I'm totally bullcrapping. Like I was coming so far ahead on that trade. But like I feel like if you're making a trade and like what you're submitting, right? If like it's not in danger of being denied, I feel like you're trading wrong. I feel like you're doing it wrong. Because every trade, like when I approach a trade, right? Like every trade, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose, right? Either you're getting fleeced or you're the one fleecing, right? Like I've been
No, I
fleeced enough
disagree with you.
times. I've been fleeced enough times to know what it's like to be on the bad end. And I don't want to be on the bad end. I want to be on the one that's coming out on the good side. Okay? Like, I got to look out for my team. Like, I suck. I need all the help I can get. I'm a perpetual, like, bottom five player, man.
Mhm. I agree.
You got to win
I
those
agree.
trades.
You're a bottom. I agree. You're a bottom five player, brother.
Do you want to
Nah.
know who is the most difficult person to trade with and, like, makes me want to, like, if I had hair, would make me want to pull it out?
Oh,
The freaking Falcons owner. God, I hate that guy.
wait, who's the Falcons?
How do you pronounce his name? H4V something.
I
Let
don't
me
know.
see. H4. It's like Favre. It's H the number 4 VRE. How do you say that? It's like hard. I don't even know. Okay,
Hard for
whatever.
ver.
H4. I'm just going to refer
Hot
to him as
for.
H4. I'm just going to refer to him as H4. This guy drives me nuts, okay? Like, I tried to approach him about Kyle Pitts, okay? And, like, I sent him all kinds of offers. Dude doesn't even respond. Doesn't
Look,
even respond. And then I seen he's got like a 90 overall young right guard on the block. And then, like, I sent him all kinds of offers for that. And I got nothing. Like, dude doesn't give me nothing. Like,
Because your offers are ass.
I feel like I've offered some good offers, right? And like I feel like if the guy would just respond to me and let me know what he was looking for, but at the same time, in the little bit of exchange I've had with him, I think H4 is a guy who gets it. You're either coming out on the winning side or you're coming out on the losing side. So I don't think anything would come of the talks anyways.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. So I think the biggest trade though, the biggest trade that has been declined, was definitely the Mahomes stuff.
I mean, it had to be declined. I mean, we cannot allow that. Trade Mahomes in the first, not even before the first game, like ever
So,
played.
and it wasn't only even Mahomes, but like the Eagles were involved in the trade, and they were going to send what's that quarterback over there, the Joe Burrow wannabe? What's his name?
Wait, what?
Everyone's like he should be the MVP, so I'm just referring to him as Joe Burrow wannabe.
Hurts. Oh.
Yeah, Hurts. Everyone's like Jalen Hurts is so good, he's not Joe Burrow, so y'all just need to chill out. But so like Nick was sending over to the Eagles Mahomes and some other crap, and the Eagles were sending to the Chiefs Hurts and a bunch of other crap. All in all, both sides were taking over 100 million in cap penalties. Like, what are these guys thinking?
We're dumb.
Oh, here's the thing, Bradley. Like, the hardest part about starting any kind of league or community, which is what you're doing with Illuminati, right?
Yeah,
Is you're gonna have to build a core base that's all rowing in the same direction on what the goals are. And I'm not calling anybody out. I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, right? But there just seems, in my opinion, to be a few people that are in this community that just aren't rowing in the same direction. And the experience they're looking for is not this experience that I'm personally looking for. So, and if that's what the league wants to do, I encourage the league to do what's best for the league and the community and to build what the majority want to play with. But I just don't think all 32 users right now are rowing in the same direction on what this is supposed to be experience wise.
Yeah.
And I think some of those trades kind of show that.
I would, so two things to that. The first thing I would note is like the specific owners that were involved in the trade, both Nick and Jumper. Like I've never been in a league with Nick, right? So I don't know what he's like in a league.
Hmm.
But I've got nothing but respect for the guy. He
Yeah.
operates Madden Core. Seems to be a very great guy. I believe he's in Inferno with Julian. But he seems to be a great guy. And Jumper, Jumper's the same guy that I had my trade with that got declined today, right? So I think maybe Jumper is just not good at trading. But Jumper's a great guy. Jumper's probably one of my favorite owners, and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
biased, but
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with either one of them being a bad person. I think
yeah,
the experience I've had with everybody in the league so far has been a great experience.
yeah,
I had one interaction with somebody where I was like, this person's kind of a douche, right? Like it's just everybody's dope. Um, but Bradley, you know where I come from with SPA.
yeah,
Like we were playing extreme sim football, and that's the experience
yeah.
that I typically like to go for. So when I hear, hey, do you want to come join a sim league? I don't expect one of the first few messages I read in the chat to be like, I'm trying to trade Patrick Mahomes for Jalen Hurts and all of these extra pieces. It's just like that would never happen. Like
Yeah.
it's just so
I
that's kind of where
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going with it.
I agree with that. I am very very pleased with how the trade committee handled that,
Mhm.
and that was it's an absolute like no way, no way.
Yeah,
So like as soon as like I seen those trades, like nah, I'm not gonna even break this down. We're just clicking no,
just trade
not happening.
teams.
Yeah, and like at that point, like why not do a fantasy draft, and also
Mhm.
like why even have salary cap on? Like how are you going to manage a team that is taking 100 million in cap penalties? I don't even think it's possible. I don't think it's like how.
Well, anything's possible if you do it right, but I just don't think it's something that like he just signed a brand new contract. It's
Yeah.
7 years left on a 7-year deal. There's no one that's going to be like, yeah, we're just going to take it. Now, if the league like was like, hey, we'll allow trades to go through, and you can take some of the cap penalty with you, and then you adjust the contracts and whatever, so like that can happen, then like whatever, that's a different conversation. But as the game is built right now, there's no team that would
Do you
ever do that.
guys,
Like it's
yeah.
just not.
Do you guys have
Wouldn't make
something in SPA where you can renegotiate contracts like that? I know they do in Inferno.
Not currently, but like we encourage all of our users. Like the one thing I like about SPA is like I'm a commissioner, right? Like you called me the commissioner before we came on, right? But I don't want anybody to think that comes with any power. I don't have even my vote doesn't matter for anything unless there's a tie. So like we have 8 reps, they control everything, and if they ever need me, they let me know. But for the most part, I just do like content stuff. So, um, that's just kind of how it goes. If they want to add something, they can add something. But right now, we do not have an area that we do allow you to restructure where you can take somebody's contract and re-average it out because Madden will let you re-average it out year by year. So if you have like some massive pen or hit coming up in a few years, but this year's really low, like Kyler's is like that, I can redo that so that his hit this year would go from like 12 million to like 30 million. And then going forward, instead of like 40 something to 50 something, it's like a $40 million cap hit on average.
And
So it's
Madden
things you
lets
can
you
do
do
like
that?
that. Yeah, you can absolutely re-average your contract.
Is that something like any owner can do, or is that a
No, you
commissioner
have
thing?
to. You It's a commissioner thing only.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Is that a new feature?
No, all you have to do is if you go into your person's contract, you lower it by like just one click. You save it. You go back in, you raise it back to exactly what it should be. It'll re-average the entire rest of the deal to so like it's not what EA has it to be. It's whatever the average is out to the rest of the contract.
That's cool. And you
Yeah.
guys set it up to where like anyone can do that at any time?
Yeah, you just spend the money to do it. spend the tokens because we have a token system.
Yeah, kind of like the bits thing we got.
Yeah, I was seeing that. I don't know how that all works yet. I got to talk to you about how to get my bits up, dude. I need big bits.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, you guys will get bits for being on this show.
You're goddamn right, I will.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
What was I even going to say? Oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. We need to add the average out contract thing to the bit store. So I will run that by Estrada, and then we'll see about doing that. How are the contracts saying in SPA, or not SPA, but Inferno? What are those like? I know you guys do some stuff over there.
Well, it's just we allow trading bonuses. So the cap penalty is so the cap penalty is not like as high. So we lower the the bonuses from a contract, and then we re-add it after the trade. So it's like trading cap penalties or bonuses, however you want to call it.
How do you feel that has like affected the trade culture?
How
Like
that
are people like are some people like notorious like I'm not trading unless you take the hit? Like
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious for example, you're not gonna trade, I don't know, Mahomes and you're not gonna trade and take the penalty for yourself. You're gonna demand for somebody else to take it.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, there's a lot of people who rely on the cap penalty trades or bonuses trades. So yeah, it's I mean, we allow 100%, a 75%, a 50%, and a 25% bonuses trade. So that's 4 different type of trades where you can trade a percentage of a player's bonus. So yeah.
How do you personally feel about it? Do you feel like it's overall a win? Is it a frustrating process for you? Like, what do you think?
No, I mean, I like it. I like it. We have had it since probably forever, probably at least 20 seasons of our lifetime, and I mean, it's been a good addition, to be honest. But I think while I was not in command for IFL these last few months, they added they added into our shop that you can buy more of those trades. I don't like that idea, but I am gonna need to handle that soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, because four trades it's already enough where you can
Yeah.
trade a percentage. Yeah, if you're adding more, it's more cap manipulation. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, we are like 42 minutes into this. Gone a bit longer than what I had hoped. I appreciate you guys being a part of it. As we wrap this up, any closing thoughts? Do you guys want to put anybody on blast?
Oh, Aaron is my son in Madden. Just gonna say that.
Aaron is your son. I don't think
Yes.
you understand the concept of do you want to put somebody on blast, Julian?
He sucks.
Oh, he sucks. Okay, okay. Oh, that reminds me, JGC, right? Jordan. He
Jordan.
sent me a trade offer, and
What?
I totally forget what it was. I told him I'd look at the message yesterday because when he sent it to me, I was spamming chat, and I had a timer on and was timing my post, right? So I didn't have time to go into my DMs. So I need to go and look what he sent. But I know he offered me some draft picks. What is he good? Like, should I count his like? Are they good picks? Are they valuable picks? Or are we talking like end of the round?
They're as how we call them. They're mid. So they call him your mid. He's so mid.
So we're
I mean,
talking like around
average.
the 15 mark.
Yeah, kind
And
of.
those aren't great picks.
Yeah, so it's between 15 or 22. Yeah, they're average.
But you're saying this other guy sucks at Madden. So if I want good picks, go get his first.
No, you're gonna get the kind of same value for Aaron.
Speaking of Bradley, how can I get your first?
I don't trade my first unless it's something ridiculous. Okay, like
Do you want Justin Herbert? I'll
Justin.
get Burrow.
I mean, that was like an absolutely preposterous ideal. But you know what makes me happy is a Chargers fan saying, "Hey, trade me Burrow for Herbert." Like that makes me really happy because that tells me you know.
No,
Like you won't admit it, but you know.
he's not. I mean,
You
we
don't
should
need
not
to
be
say
discussing it.
anything.
We are
Burrow
the
is
same.
daddy,
We are the
okay?
same.
Burrow
Yeah,
is
you walked
daddy.
into that.
We'll just leave it be.
Don't become as the Dolphins fans, all right? Don't become like daring the. I think what team is he? What? I know he's in the waiting list. Yeah, he's a Dolphins fan, and don't become like them and discuss about like Tua and Herbert.
I mean, I don't have to discuss anything. Like Burrow is just so far above him. Like I'm not comparing Burrow to Herbert or Tua, right? The comparison with Burrow is Brady.
Well,
Okay, so
we'll see you. I'm just gonna say we'll see you in the wild card.
I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be fun mopping the floor with you on our path to Arizona.
Mhm. I don't have anybody to call out, Bradley, but I will give. I am excited to be a part of the community. Right, there's a couple people that I knew before coming in here, like yourself, Estrada. I think Evo's a really good dude. So there's a couple dudes I'm excited to play for. So that's not really calling anybody out, but shout out to some of y'all.
The love, it's
Welcome.
commendable. Do
Welcome.
I
Thanks.
guys do I play either of you guys this season?
What team are you? The Bengals? I don't
yeah.
play the Bengals.
Bengals schedule.
I don't think so.
I play you. Wait, Mo, you're the Cardinals?
Mhm.
Yeah, I play you.
Yep.
Week 15, I think? 14 it was? I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. So who's gonna win between you guys?
I don't even know. I'll
Not
probably
me.
lose. It's gonna be, I don't know. We
We'll see,
both suck.
Bradley. We'll see. Gotta
All
play
right.
the game, man. Every snap, one at a time.
Sounds good. So a note, Julian. When you said what button did you say it was? Mo X. The X
Yes.
button gives you issues? Okay. So, Julian, when you play Mo, just know you don't need to cover X, okay? Take that defender and double cover
Yeah,
someone else.
I never throw to the button when it comes up. I always throw to the square button instead. And I've been
Yeah,
throwing a
so
lot of picks.
I don't need to worry about your tight end. All right.
No.
They're not even good, so I don't care.
No, I'm ass.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment and all of that jazz. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get the league going here soon once we have Madden servers that actually work. So yeah. When we know something, we'll let you know. Until then, peace.